Hello, hello. How's it going, guys? We are live. How's everybody doing today? All right, we're going to give it a few more minutes here until 2 o'clock just to let the last few stragglers join in. All right, I see we've already got some action in the chat here. Looks like people are getting excited here. All right. Okay, so we're going to hold off for a few more minutes. For those of you who are here so far, I just want to let you know really what this is about is sort of it's the first one for starters. We're going to be doing this once a week moving forwards, where we have a subject-oriented Q&A session. Hi, Amanda, welcome. So we're having a weekly Q&A session where we're going to go over a particular subject in affiliate marketing, internet marketing, and provide you guys a chance to kind of come in with whatever questions, whatever hurdles you're facing, and we'll break them down for you. Myself and sometimes Carlos will also be joining me, and we'll go over solve them for you, give you some more background information, just whatever you need in your situation, and hopefully help you in your affiliate career, help you move forward. All right, Brian, welcome. Okay, so we'll get started here in a few minutes. Feel free, you can start typing any questions you have into the chat. It's going to be mostly, we're looking to talk copywriting, but we can also talk about Clicktool. We can talk about affiliate marketing in general. We're not going to get too specific on topics that aren't copywriting, but I'm more than happy to go into them. Right. So go ahead, feel free if you have any questions, type them into the chat. Welcome, Rick. We're starting here in just a few minutes. All right, we got a question. Okay, Cheetos 82. I'll give you an answer here. We're going to start here in just a few minutes. All right, we got a question from Bryant as well. All right, and Chuck, all right, the questions are coming in. Good to see. All right, welcome guys. Just to for any new joiners, we've had a few more people join in the last couple of minutes here. For any new joiners to the live session here, we are going to be starting at 2 o'clock. Feel free to enter your questions into the chat. Good question there from Chris. You know, Chris, I can answer that one now for you, all right? Lot of tender love and care. All right. So feel free, guys, continue typing your questions into the chat here. We're going to get started in less than a minute here. All right, guys. All right, it's 2 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started. So thank you guys for joining me today. If you just joined in the last couple of minutes here, I'll go over what I said before. Again, we're going to start doing these once a week, every Thursday at 2 p.m. It'll be either myself or Carlos or both of us, and we're going to sit down with a specific topic of affiliate marketing, internet marketing, engage it, answer any questions you guys have, present you with information that you might not even be asking about, but is relevant to your question, and hopefully help you move forward past any hurdles you're ready. So let's take a look at those. First, we have from Cheetos82. Great username, by the way, Cheetos. I'm new to the whole affiliate marketing scene. Why should I use Clicktool? Well, it's a good question. It's not necessarily related to copywriting, but it's a good question because we are Clicktool. And in an initial question, as someone new to affiliate marketing, new to the industry, who's just starting to look into it, the question is going to arise: why is Clicktool the path to choose? And that's a pretty complex question, but also a question that has a simpler answer. And the simple answer, to simplify it to one word, would be connectivity. One of the huge advantages that Clicktool provides is an integrated network where you don't have to have, one software for this and one software for that, one software for this. It's going to bring all of that together for you. It's going to provide you a single hub where you can do your tracking, where you can get all of your information, all of your technical ideas, all the theory, all your copywriting advice, and also a place where we're going to have an option to build landing pages in the near future. So really, it's going to be just sort of the one-stop shop for affiliate marketers, for internet marketers. And in that will be an amazing community of other affiliate marketers who are also doing the same thing, who can work together, create a network within the Clicktool space, and grow from that. So the reason to use Clicktool is because it is an all-inclusive community, and it is going to continue to grow and continue to become a more and more optimal space for affiliate marketers in that fact. Moving on, we have from Bryant, we have a copywriting related question. For headlines, does longer copy or shorter copy convert better? That's a good question. I would say it's not so much a binary longer or shorter. It's not necessarily, copy under a headline under 5 words is going to be better than a headline over 5 words. But it's more, I will start by saying, you're welcome, Cheetos. I will start by saying, in general, shorter headlines are going to be more effective because they're going to be quicker to read. They're going to be more attractive to read because they don't have to be, if you have a paragraph long headline, obviously a lot fewer people are going to be willing to spend the time and energy to engage with that. But in reality, it's very situational. You want your headline to fully express the idea that you are trying to express in your headline. So if that takes a little bit longer, that's fine. Of course, you want to keep it within a certain limit. You don't want to have, like I said, paragraph long headlines. You want to keep it to, depending on the traffic source you're using. I would say really it's going to depend. The key to a strong headline isn't the length of it, it's the content at the end of the day. So when it comes to writing a strong headline, you shouldn't be thinking of it simply in terms of longer or shorter, but in terms of the content. But great question though. And just to give a simple answer, I would say leaning on towards the short side is always going to be more effective if you have the option. All right, moving on, we have Chuck. Chuck says, I have a question about design interface writing. Do you have any tips for writing good copy for call to action buttons? And I do, call to action buttons. So oftentimes when you're writing your copy for call to action buttons, the first impulse is to just put a simple, generic, straightforward, purchase here, buy now, submit, whatever, it seems like a simple, straightforward content piece. But to write a compelling call to action requires you to write copy just like you would a headline or anything else. You can't leave that out. You can't just assume that the button is the button, so you don't have to use that space as optimally as possible. So for a call to action, you're going to want to do the same thing that you would for a headline, and that is you're going to want to empathize with your customer. You're going to want to identify what is driving them, what is their emotional trigger, what is leading them in the direction of making the purchase, of becoming a conversion in your marketing campaign. And you're going to want to present that in your copy. So for example, if you were selling a weight loss, a protein powder, a protein supplement of some kind, you wouldn't want to just put purchase powder now or purchase protein powder now. You'd want to go before, of course, this would be the copywriting process before you even created the page, but you'd want to go back and you'd want to think and look at the key emotional triggers. What is causing this person to buy this product? And for a protein powder, it would be something like the dream of creating that perfect body, the dream of being in shape, the fear of being so unhealthy as you age that complications arise. One of these emotional triggers, and then incorporating that into your call to action would be, I want that dream body, right? This is you're speaking to them on a personal level. You're calling them to action. That's a call to action, is calling them to take action. And what is this action they're taking? It's not simply your product. It's them grabbing that dream or avoiding that fear through getting the product. And by doing that, you're going to write far more effective call to action copy. All right. We got Chris asking about the hair. I already addressed that one. Just love, tender love and care. That's all it takes. All right. And from Ali, we got, what are some tips to emotionally engage your audiences through copy? Well, that's great. That's a great question, because that's really where you should be at this point is when you're approaching your copy, the first step is always, how do I emotionally engage my audience? I'm not looking, content writing is about presenting the objective truth. Copywriting is about speaking subjectively to your customer. It's about presenting your information in a way that is going to speak directly to your customer. And the clearest, most proven, most dedicated way to do that is through emotional triggers. And so how do you emotionally engage your audience then? So what are the ways to do that? Well, the best way to do that is to sit down before you even begun to write anything, and to plan out and write down a list of 3 of your customers' biggest dreams, 3 of your customers' biggest fears, and 3 of your customers' biggest benefits that are obtained through purchasing your product. Those are kind of the 3 main categories that you're going to want to look at. And those 3 categories are going to, thanks, Chris. Those 3 categories are going to capture the different general drives, the different general triggers that are driving your customer. Because within each of those, within dreams, are happiness, excitement, contentment, comfort. Within fears are terror, sadness, desperation, all the range of emotions in each of these categories. And in doing that, you're finding what you're doing is you're finding the objective desire of your customer, which you can then translate into that emotion, which you can then translate back into the objective action of them purchasing your product. So I would start with that prep work. To answer your question, Ali, I would start with that prep work. Emotionally engage your audience. To emotionally engage your audience, write out the 3 biggest dreams, 3 biggest fears, 3 biggest benefits, and for each of those, create a headline that is going to emotionally engage them and emotionally trigger them. And that's the most effective way to emotionally engage your audience. All right. Hi, Callisto. Welcome. All right. From Brittany, we have, what is an easy way to make my headlines more visually appealing? What is an easy way to make my headlines more visually appealing? That is a great question. And there are several ways to make your headlines more visually appealing. Because at the end of the day, when we are looking at something, before we even recognize the content of the headline, before we even understand what it's saying, before we even think about the emotions, there's going to be a visual subconscious element in place that is going to instantly make us decide to either continue reading or to just move along. And a lot of times it's going to be a subconscious sense of lack of interest or interest. There's going to be something in the headline that is going to provide you a sense of interest, that's going to provide you the subconscious sense that you are not going to be wasting your time by engaging with this piece of content. And a huge way to do that is to incorporate numbers into your headlines, to use numbers to instead of just writing a headline that says the secrets of weight loss, writing a headline that says 5 ways to lose weight today, right? And the reason for that is because as humans, we are far more interested in simple, straightforward ways of taking in information, of processing information. So when we're given a generic headline that says, learn the ways to lose weight, we're thinking we're going to be engaged in this complicated, dry academic article about weight loss. Nobody really wants to look into that, right? That's the thing is people are driven by what's easiest, what's quickest, what's going to be the most effective solution to their problems in the quickest way possible. So when you have a dry academic headline that suggests your article is going to be dry and academic like that, it's going to be far less engaging than a headline that suggests it's going to be in a list format. Because humans love lists. It's pretty much we see a list, even if it's the same amount of words as a regular article. We see a list as a simplified version of that information. We see it as pulling the key, most important points out of an article and presenting them to us in a numbered order. So by adding a number into your headlines, you're going to instantly make your headlines far more visually appealing. Hope that helps. All right. And from Rick, we have, what works better, a video sales letter or VSLs, or sales letter, VSLs, or text on page? So what works better? It's a good question. The simple answer is, again, for a similar reason to the previous point, video sales letters, and that's because they're more interesting in general. You are going to be far more interested in sitting back and hearing someone and not having to put the work of actually focusing on reading something than you will in focusing on reading something. When there's visual elements, when there's graphical elements to a sales letter, it's far more engaging and it's going to subconsciously be far more interesting to customers. So if the flip side of that is that VSLs often take longer to produce. So it's a trade-off. Text on page can be just as effective a lot of the time, but VSLs are if you have the time and the energy and the resources to create VSLs, they can prove far more effective in a lot of circumstances. I think that's all the questions we have so far. If you'd like to learn more about stuff that we've gone over, I would definitely check out the Clicktool Masterclass. The link is going to be in the description of any YouTube video. I will also post the link here in the chat to our information about that. But the Clicktool Masterclass, it's going to be the all-inclusive place to get your copywriting information, to get your technical information, everything we go over in these live sessions, everything we cover, all the theory, the tips and tricks, the proven practices that have been developed over decades of experience, are presented in a clear, easy to follow format. Definitely look into that if you want to become an affiliate marketer. If you are taking this seriously and you are all in and this is something you want to do, definitely check that out. Thank you guys so much for coming out today for the first session. Excited to see you guys. And let's continue to grow this. We are, whatever your questions, bring them on next week. We're going to announce the topic probably on Monday. So once you see the topic, once you see the announcement video, go ahead, think about it, spend the week figuring it out. Come Thursday, have your answer done. If you're interested in learning more about the Clicktool Masterclass, here, I'll send a link now. And again, the Clicktool Masterclass is going to be the best place, and included with the Masterclass is the Clicktool Mentorship. If you haven't heard of that, that is pretty much this, but 24/7 for an entire year. So any issue, any problem, any question you have, we will answer as soon as you ask it. You text us, you Skype us, you message us. We are going to be there to make sure you succeed as an affiliate marketer. So definitely look into that. It's the best way. It's something ridiculous. You're welcome, Isaac. You're welcome. It's the best way to. You're welcome, Swarna. Best way to learn your to progress and to actually succeed. I think something like 97% of successful affiliate marketers had a mentor at some point. It's an incredibly critical element to success in this industry. So check that out. Here is a Thank you guys for waiting. My computer doesn't seem to want to load here with this, but you can find the link in it's going to be the first line of any bio of any YouTube video on our channel, the Clicktool Academy. So go ahead and check it out. It's going to be right there. It's going to take you and give you all the information you need to know about the Clicktool Masterclass, and hopefully get you started on the right journey to becoming successful in this industry. All right. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys next Thursday. Thanks for tuning in.